Take my money.
They're going to protect our privacy now, which is a big deal.
Oh, yeah?
Who is?
Apple.
Great.
It's a big deal. Actually, and Facebook's pissed because they're going to lose billions of dollars. Apple's going to require on a lot of the apps that are coming out now, they're going to give you the opportunity to say yes or no to protect your data.
Yeah.
So they can't necessarily just collect your data.
Oh, great.
The apps?
The apps can, because most of them are 100%.
Yeah.
They give you the keys to be
Did
your
you
own
watch
boss.
The Social Dilemma?
Step Brothers.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
Enterprise rent a car. They give you the keys to be your own boss.
Okay, I was like, wait, what?
Sorry.
Yeah,
So
no,
my
it's
brain
basically
goes.
all about just
Did you
social
finish
media. We haven't finished it. Ellie and I were kind of watching it, and Haley on Friday night, just how toxic, basically, and like the back workings of the companies of social media and how they like.
Right. Well, what's crazy is they're making millions of dollars on our data, but we didn't even know it was a thing, right?
Yeah.
Before we even understood that it was worth a ton of money.
Yeah.
Those companies were using it, and they're still making a bunch of money.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, did you know, I just actually read in the Wall Street Journal or listened to one of they have like little news things, and they were talking about, it was like the dilemma between like Fortnite going off the App Store or something, and it was saying that Apple doesn't publicize like how much their revenue they're really making off apps, but it was something like $27 billion a year because they get a percentage of the purchase of the app, but I guess for games like Fortnite or whatever, you can buy things within the app, and they get a percentage
In-app
of that
purchases.
too. Exactly, in-app purchases. Who knew? Billions
Yeah.
of, like, that's nut.
Yeah, I wish. What was that thing they were saying about how like you think that they're the ones selling or whatever, but it's actually they're being sold, like the apps. I can't butcher it, so I'll just move on. But yeah, I think social media has a great
What is
place.
this? The social what?
Dilemma. It's like just about the.
Is it on like Netflix or something?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's like a bunch of people who used to work high up and like own Pinterest and Facebook and Instagram, and just kind of talking about how, there's a lot of negative sides to it.
Yeah.
Right.
How basically they sold their souls to sell our souls,
Basically.
Pretty much.
and now they're talking about
Yeah.
it.
But it's now
It
making
always
everyone
makes me
think
like,
about
I'm
it.
like, when people get out of that stuff and now they're talking,
Yeah.
it's almost like they just want to stay relevant
Yeah.
to me. But I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Some of it's
Right.
probably true, but
I didn't even know like your text messages, all of that's kept.
What? I didn't know
So
that.
that's not private.
What are they going to do with their text message?
There's the two. So what are the two inside? The
that's-
green one and the blue one.
yeah, SMS.
So one of those is private and one of them is not. The blue is private, but the green is not.
Okay, because those
Okay.
are Apple.
Right.
Yeah, so that's an inside one.
Oh, interesting.
So if you want to be safe, you have to get an app. And they were talking about there's a couple apps out there right now that 100% don't collect anything, and then you can set it to where it'll disappear.
What do you mean the green one? So isn't that the one that's non?
That's between Apple and other phones.
okay,
so
so
Right.
that's probably
Yeah,
kept.
yeah.
Where Apple does a lot of stuff to protect your stuff a lot
Right.
of the time.
Oh,
That's
Right.
cool.
I wasn't sure
To know
which.
that they
I don't
Like-
know if that's true or not, but
Yeah.
I heard a podcast today when they're talking about it, and I was like, man,
mine
if that's
deletes
true.
every 30 days, so they're gone. No,
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
I was like, oh, interesting.
But I just mine do delete. I set it to where they delete every 30 days
Yeah.
from my phone because I hate
It ends up taking up like gigs
so
of
much
memory.
storage.
Oh.
Can you imagine all the stuff people send though? Just the crazy stuff people send. If
yeah.
that's being banked somewhere.
Yeah. I wonder how much of that's actually true. I know like the Patriot Act, that was a big thing about it, was like there had to be something that had to do with national security for you to be tracked. If you didn't, but I mean, they can literally link anything to national security, really.
Right. They can now. Yeah.
But wasn't that like back in the day? Like I feel like I heard stories about.
Somebody on YouTube's gonna watch this and they're gonna rip us apart. We have
Probably.
no
They're gonna be
idea,
like,
we have
they don't
no
know
idea
that.
what we're talking about.
She clearly
It's
hasn't
okay,
watched
though.
anything.
But I thought
always
that
been
We
was-
that
watched
way.
one documentary, and
Not even the
I
whole
watched,
thing,
and I
part of
watched
it.
Snowden once, and I'm like, yeah,
Anybody who's coming to us for their information
Yeah.
is an
We're sorry.
idiot.
Yeah. Don't believe anything
Unless
I've
it's
said.
CrossFit related.
Yeah.
And Rich and you guys are talking, then
One thing it did make me do though would be like I was telling you, I'm like I want to take like a little fast from social media. Like obviously,
nice, isn't it?
Yeah, like I haven't done it yet, but I feel like it would be good. I want to try to just not be as connected to my phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think there's huge value in that.
the worst one was TikTok.
Oh, I
They
don't have
back
that.
engineered that and everything.
China.
They're taking everything. China.
What do you mean?
China.
TikTok was the worst app that steals all the
Oh, in
information
terms
that use it
well,
all.
that's what they were like trying to renegotiate
Yeah.
all of
The
that.
deal and sell it to somebody.
Will you say was? Is it better now?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
And it still hasn't gone through. The new deadline date, Ben, just so you know, is the 13th.
Oh, really?
Whether or not
it hasn't sold yet?
That's going to be delayed too
It's-
because Trump's got COVID.
Well, the one thing Trump did do, which I thought was cool in regards to the TikTok thing, was he made it was Oracle or whoever, because of the stipulation of how bad it could be for like young people's brains, was that it was almost like they had to pay I want to say $1 billion with a B dollars a year to education was like the cost. In addition to the deal he just wove into, you're going to have to pay, it was X amount of hundreds of millions or $1 billion a year to education. I was like, dang.
Pretty smart.
Well, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Ben, did
But-
you hear the new conspiracy theory?
Which one?
Ooh.
There's I think was it Jimmy Hoffa buried under the barn
No,
floor?
that's not.
Oh, yeah.
That's not. Oh, it is. That's a new one.
That's
Do you know
brand
what Jimmy
new.
Hoffa is?
No.
You never heard that's
name
like
sounds familiar.
That's like a real conspiracy.
What is it?
Jimmy Hoffa lived in the
70s, 80s kind of a dude,
something
maybe.
like that. He was a teamster and like a mobster, and he got murdered.
Because they said
allegedly.
he died in 82, right?
And they don't know. That was when.
Was he on FBI's Most Wanted?
Something happened.
Maybe
I don't think he was on the most wanted. I just think he was like a crook.
they can't
me to
find
look him
his
up.
body anywhere.
Oh.
Oh.
Like they
So-
say, it
They
was
still
buried
can't-
under the Meadowlands, the football field.
Yeah.
But where I was working out today, there's that space right next to the rig, and it's really hollow up there.
And so it like feels like a tuning fork when you drop the barbell right there. And so we were saying that's where Jimmy Hoffa is.
There's something under there
In the barn.
You
Something
need to look up Jimmy Hoffa.
Born
So he's buried in
February
your barn.
1913,
Possibly.
disappeared
Possibly. It could be.
July
They moved
30th,
him.
75.
We're just joking.
Yeah.
FBI.
But
agent.
seriously,
Serious.
Please don't dig up my barn. That was a joke. I am from Michigan though, and that's where he was from.
so yes, I'm
Really?
saying
It's all connected.
there's threads of
It's
truth
connected.
here.
Yep, yep.
So he's an American mobster?
He was like a teamster and a mobster.
What's a Teamster? It says international. He was the president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters.
It's a union
It's like a
for maybe truck drivers.
Here we go. It's a labor union in the United States and Canada, formed in 1903 by the merger of the Team Drivers International Union.
Yes,
Well done.
I got that part
You're
right.
so smart.
Represents
Yeah,
a
that was a
diverse.
good guess.
Oh, there we go. Represents.
I
a
saw the
diverse membership
saddest Netflix documentary last
Oh my
night.
goodness.
Sad.
It was real. It was one of those murder mystery shows. And basically, this guy was married, and he had two little girls, like 6 and 4, and he killed the wife,
Nice.
killed the
What?
two
I
babies.
don't-
Yeah.
I don't. Why?
Just
Thank
it's
you.
sad,
Don't bring
dude.
that crap in here.
It was
Yeah,
sad.
why
I
were
hate
you
that.
watching that?
I said nice.
I didn't know
to
that's
the
how
Topo
it ended.
Chico,
I
by
thought
the
it
way.
was
I did not
fake.
say nice to.
You thought it was gonna be a
Well,
happy
I thought
documentary?
that she was just like kidnapped, but yeah, she died. It was really sad.
Okay.
I hate 2020 and Dateline. My wife loves both.
And that's
of
what we
those.
had to go to bed to last night.
I hate
It was really
both of
upsetting.
those.
They're all the
That
same, and
sounds
it's
Don't
terrible.
always
watch it.
sad.
Don't
no,
watch
I
it,
can't
people.
watch them.
Yeah,
No.
they're all just awful.
Yeah.
There's never a happy ending
No.
on any of them. So
Yeah.
why would
No.
you watch it? And it gives people
Yeah.
ideas.
100%.
Darren told Chris and I to watch. I can't remember that one last year, and by the time we finished it, we regretted it so much. It was a
what
documentary
Yeah.
movie
like that.
You guys watched that
Ah.
was something.
It was based on a true story.
Well, it's
about
like the
this
Joker.
girl.
You know,
Yeah.
everybody talked about the Joker.
No,
I don't
that
talk
was
about it.
horrible.
There's
I can't remember
no.
which one
It
it
They
was
should
so
give a
sad.
disclaimer at the beginning or something.
there's
you know?
no
not a
happy-
happy ending.
Yeah,
Yes.
no.
I did not make it through that whole movie because I was just like, I don't
Yeah.
need this
You know
in
what
my
movie I
life.
hated was Gone Girl. I wanted to
That
fight.
was-
I wanted to fight Darren Hunsucker after that movie.
This is all
That was
Darren's
a horrible
fault,
movie.
actually. Now that we're saying
He,
this,
one
He
day,
picks
horrible
the,
movie.
one he's like, you got to go watch it. It's the best movie I've ever seen. Blah blah
Really?
blah. He loved it. I thought he was playing a prank on me, and so I went and watched it. And in the middle of it, I was like, that son of a, he got me. Like, I hate this movie.
Yeah.
Is terrible.
No, he actually liked
It's
it.
absolutely
me.
terrible.
Yeah, it's
in the
horrible.
middle of it, I thought about driving to his house, knocking on his door. When he answered the door, punching him in the throat and leaving. That's honestly, it crossed my mind to do that. I was so mad at
What's
him.
it about?
You haven't
I
seen
didn't- I
Gone
never
Girl?
even- I've never
Don't
seen
watch it.
Who's
It's
in
like
it?
It's horrible.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, it's horrible.
That's the other girl.
And-
I wouldn't say it was horrible.
It was awful.
I wish I had read the book.
I hated it. No, that would have been even worse. Cause I would have wasted even more time.
Oh, jeez.
Books are usually
True.
better than movies.
It's basically Double Jeopardy. The movie
Yeah.
Double Jeopardy is what it is,
Yeah.
almost.
It's horrible.
It's awful. I
What's
hate
the
it.
worst movie you've ever watched? The
That
worst
one.
one. That one? That was
hate
not
it.
the worst one for me.
Julia, what's her
I
name?
hated it.
It was horrible. It was
No,
100%
never
horrible.
mind.
And he really
figure it out.
legitimately liked it. I was like, we can't
Yeah.
be cousins anymore.
Well, that's what he did with me in this documentary I watched too.
The worst movie ever made. I don't know what it's called, but it's like it's with I think it's Matt Damon where Minimize or Shrink Me.
Damon.
What's-
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, the one where they shrink him.
Yes.
They shrink
And
It wasn't.
Oh.
It was
Okay.
kind of. It was like the idea of it was cool.
the movie was sweet until like 3/4 the way in,
Yeah,
and then
that's just depressing.
it goes into a whole different
Yeah.
movie. Like they
So Matt Damon. There's like this.
A whole different
it
movie.
doesn't even have an ending.
So
like
to combat, I guess, global warming, they create these little towns, and you can be shrunk.
Wow.
Oh,
into,
I remember
like,
commercials for this.
Yeah, and
goodness.
whatever. And so Matt Damon does it. You have to go through this process. The only thing is they have to take your teeth out because those are the only things that won't shrink.
And they shave your head. They shave your
head
eyebrows.
and eyebrows and whatever. So Matt Damon goes through with it, him and his wife, whatever. She doesn't go through with it. So he wakes up and they're like, yeah, she didn't shrink.
no.
And the money conversion is like $10,000 is like $1 million or something.
Yeah. But it didn't really work out for him somehow. I forgot.
Yeah,
how.
so you just live in a
he
small
ended up being,
town?
yeah. He
So
had a
he
mansion
just
starting
lived-
out, and then he was like in a tiny apartment.
Yeah.
With no teeth?
And then he like ends up homeless.
Yeah.
And then like he goes to the original people
He
who
goes like
originally
a
got
commune
shrunk.
or something like that.
Okay, this sounds terrible.
So the
Yeah.
whole
It
movie,
was
though,
horrible.
does he not have teeth?
yeah.
No, yeah,
No, they implant small teeth back in. So he basically gets veneers.
I mean,
Like
what
the
is-
idea of it, and when we talk about it, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I'd watch that." It's not good.
I don't know that
It's
I'd watch
literally
a
the worst
where
movie
It's
I've
there's
ever
not,
seen in my
it's
life.
not the worst.
No,
I was
it's
very,
for me,
part
it's
of
the worst.
I was very disappointed in it. What was that called?
Well, okay, like at the end, like he meets that little Asian girl, right? And like that's when it goes.
Because she's been shrunk, little Asian girl.
Yeah, she's shrunk too. So he meets this girl, and she's like a cleaning lady, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna help her." And then they get on a boat and go to some different country, even though they're like little.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, how do they get there?
I don't know. I don't
Ben-
get
like
it.
Ben-
It's
like you
a
almost have to watch
conflicted
it
Honey, I
to-
Shrunk the Kids, but not really.
But
and
yeah,
they
I want
have
you to
no
watch it
teeth.
just so
Honey,
you
I Shrunk
can
the Kids was a great
experience how
movie.
No,
bad
it's
it
a
is.
great movie, but they had their teeth, so you lost me
I'm
at.
gonna look up Matt Damon.
Literally at the beginning of the
gosh.
movie, I
You
was
want me to
like,
look it
"This
up?
might be the best movie I've
trying.
ever seen."
So
And then
it started great.
yeah, and then I'm not even kidding. 3/4 the way through, he meets that girl.
downsizing.
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 It's
I
horrible.
just. I want to.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not horrible. It's not good.
I want to hear.
I don't know. Like, if you stop watching
wanna
it
hear
about
the
halfway
description.
through, you're like, okay, that was a
Okay.
good movie. And then
Yeah.
it just like it's not good.
That's what you
I
need
don't
to
know.
do.
Yeah. Like the first first half of it, you're like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, it was great.
And then all of a sudden, it just takes a awful turn and sad
It's
and
a bummer.
boring and
Yeah.
whatever. Speaking of Matt Damon, have you seen Ford versus Ferrari?
Yes.
Love that movie.
Great movie.
That was a
It's
great
really
movie.
good.
Great movie. Mm-hmm. I think we may have
Outstanding
talked
movie.
about that.
Yeah.
It's actually really good.
My worst movie is called Wind Talkers.
Oh yeah, that's a military movie with Navajos, right?
Yeah,
but
with
the
the-
acting was terrible.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
And I love war movies, and I was so excited. And it was, World War II, breaking
Yeah, that was
codes,
great.
and it was horrible. And I just got
remember that
madder
one. It was
and
not
madder.
That, not that
Yeah.
good either.
That's the bottom for me. Tasia?
I don't have anything positive. I would say Zoolander 2 wasn't very good. I don't want to say it's the
Didn't
worst
see it.
movie ever,
Yeah, it was
but it
upsetting.
wasn't good.
I hate Twilight. Let me throw it out there. I hate
Oh,
Twilight.
I liked Twilight.
Actually, we watched all the Twilight movies about 2 weeks
You
ago.
suck.
Did you like them?
I actually love them.
Yeah, they're great.
Not the first one. First one was terrible.
That's the one I watched. and I
But
hated
like
it.
get
Eclipse
better.
and then
It's the
Breaking
only
Dawn
one
was
I
pretty.
watched.
I read all the books though,
Oh,
so
me
like
too.
yeah.
The books
I re-
are-
and I've watched one Harry Potter movie. Didn't like it.
I've never
The books
watched
are
the
way better. Harry Potter books
was it the
are
first Harry Potter
incredible.
movie? See,
See, you
you
gotta
can't.
get
You
into
gotta
it.
give everything a chance.
Nope.
Like it's
No,
like
No,
The
I don't have to
Office.
give anything a chance. Actually,
First
you don't
season of The
have to.
Office.
But
Like,
I gave it a chance and I didn't like it, so therefore I'm done.
you gotta give it a second chance.
That's
It
why
gets
almost I
better.
hate the like acquired taste thing. Like if I don't like the taste, I'm not gonna drink. Like eat it, drink it, whatever it is.
But
Why?
you
Why
weren't
go
big
back?
on The Office, if I remember correctly.
No,
and then
I just had never watched it.
oh,
I just never had a chance to watch it. And then as soon as we started watching, I was like, oh okay. It just took me forever to watch it.
There was another movie, too, when I was a kid that we watched at church, and it was probably way before you guys. It was like people, you were going to get the mark of the beast, and the bad guys were coming to your house, and you have any idea what I'm talking about? I cannot remember this
is it
movie.
called
That's-
2020?
It scared the living crap out of you.
That was a good one.
We all got saved
I got it.
immediately.
But isn't there a 2012 movie or something like that?
I never
There
saw
is
it.
one called
I
2012.
never saw it, but wasn't that a world-ending movie?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
one of the
jeez.
world-ending ones. Just like that one with Tom Cruise with The World Ends. What's that one?
Oh, I feel like he's been in like
Vanilla
7.
Sky. That was a pretty bad movie too. Did you
He's
see
been in
Vanilla
lots
Sky?
of
I didn't mind
world-ending.
that.
Really?
Is that where he was the hitman? No, Vanilla Sky's the one where it's like a time continuum kind of
It's
sort
really
of thing.
weird,
isn't it?
and his
yeah.
face is disfigured.
Yeah,
and,
that wasn't a
Oh,
great
I
movie.
remember that.
Not a great movie.
You're thinking of
Was one where he's
Live,
a
Die,
hitman.
Repeat? Oh,
No, that was good.
a
I like
one.
that.
I like that one.
No, where he's
Edge
the
of
hitman.
Tomorrow is actually what it was called.
That's
And all of a sudden they added like
Yeah.
Live, Die, Repeat after
Yeah.
it was out. It was really weird.
That
It
was a good movie. Yeah.
Better question: is Die Hard considered a Christmas movie?
Bruce Willis said no.
Okay.
Oh, he
But
did.
it is because it's out every Christmas.
I don't know. Bruce Willis said
That's
no.
just a question I see people ask all the time, and I'm like,
I've never
Did
even
you
seen
know
Die
that's
Hard.
the
You ever
most
seen Die Hard?
watched Christmas movie?
The first one was
First
really
one's good. Actually,
Yeah.
is it the second one with
Yeah.
Samuel? It's good.
Yeah, I like it.
I like
I
Live
like
Free or
Die
Die
Hard.
Hard, honestly.
Yeah.
But then the last one or two
wasn't
I was
great.
no. But the one
I love Bruce Willis, though.
The one that was like Memorial Day, around Memorial Day when they like shut down the fire sale of the country, that one was good.
That was good. Bruce Willis was
I
he
like
was a
Bruce
good
Willis.
tough guy.
I like
like
Bruce
when he
Willis.
was
Did
in
you
his
see
prime.
Looper?
That's a great
Looper's
movie.
a great movie.
It's a
and
great
it throws
movie.
me off that it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
That's a great
Because
movie.
they did like do something to his face to make him look, because it's,
What do they
I
do?
can't tell you. It'll
Yeah.
ruin it.
Okay.
But dude, have you seen Looper?
Yeah, you got to
Looper.
watch that. That one's like underrated.
Yeah.
100% underrated.
Ooh, we watched Big Daddy last night. Actually,
Daddy's a
after
good
great
that,
movie.
But
yeah,
Big Daddy's a good one.
yeah, that was a good movie.
I like Adam Sandler.
Are we
I
gonna
was
get
actually I was
theaters
upset
back?
too, though.
I thought so. Lakeland loves going to the movie theater, and she loves superhero movies. And I can't figure out when Wonder Woman 1984 comes out. I keep seeing trailers, and it was supposed to come out like October 1st.
They pushed it back.
And I was
read
going to take
somewhere.
Lakeland, but you can't get a
Yeah.
definitive answer.
Is the theater not open yet?
It is, but they're
it is.
playing old movies. And
But
they're
they
playing
don't-
Hocus Pocus. Can we say that Hocus Pocus is one of the most terrifying movies ever?
It is real scary,
terrifying.
but it's
It
great
is
for
terrifying.
October.
It
That
is.
is.
It scares. I hate the big bucktooth lady.
It's scary.
It's like it's my
Bette
top
Midler.
5 favorite
Midler.
movies.
It's
What? She's so
scary.
good. It's such
so
a good
scary.
movie.
It's not definitely not a favorite of mine.
She's
Oh,
so
so
good.
this
That's
is
like The Nightmare
Brittany's
Before Christmas.
favorite.
Really?
movie.
I
Oh
can't.
my
It's
gosh.
like one of my favorites.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas or Hocus Pocus?
No, Hocus Pocus.
I like Hocus Pocus.
That's a
Nightmare
classic.
Before
says-
Christmas is cool too.
It says if
Little
you
scary.
Google Wonder Woman 1984 release date, it says June 5th.
Because they
you
keep
can't
pushing it
find
back
it.
because of all the COVID stuff, and no movie that invested as much money as that movie did to create, they can't put them out because there's no chance that they're going to gross as much money as they need, so they just keep putting them back. That's what I read. I don't know. I could be wrong.
All right, what's the other end of the spectrum? Best movie ever.
So many.
I know, but you got to pick one.
One.
You got to narrow it down to one.
I always just say Dumb and Dumber because I think that's a
Dang
good
it!
movie,
It was
but-
expected to debut October 2nd. Now we'll touch down in theaters December 25th.
Oh, a Christmas
Wow.
movie.
2020 sucks.
It'll come out in
fast-
2021.
Hey,
we
but
just
it'll
fast
be,
forward
get
a
better
rough
when
year?
you watch it on Christmas.
Can we just
Yeah.
fast forward all this crap?
No.
I'm not going to the movie theater on Christmas Day.
The day after.
No.
Oh, my family and I used to go to the movie on the Christmas day. We were those people.
Oh, that's
For a lot of people, that's like their thing.
it's your tradition. It's not mine.
Yeah, we went. We would go.
I saw
Chris
Toy
and I were
Story
there.
on Thanksgiving night because we always do like Thanksgiving lunch, midday-ish lunch
Yeah.
after you watch the Lions lose.
Right. That's so funny how you always say that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie? We're saying favorite, top.
Man. If it's
Comedy.
It's hard because
comedy.
maybe there should be
I can't
comedy,
go,
maybe there
like,
should be action,
yeah,
maybe
action,
Yeah.
comedy,
Yeah.
all those.
Romance. What's your
Yeah.
favorite romance?
favorite romance.
The Notebook.
The Notebook.
Nicholas Sparks, The Notebook.
Great movie.
I've seen that movie so many times.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Hey, that's a good one too.
Actually, though, anytime I think of The Notebook, I think of Just Friends. Did you ever see
Yeah,
Just
I've
Friends
seen
with Ryan
that.
Reynolds? So he's
Yeah.
like, Nicholas Sparks, The Notebook. I've
What's
seen
his name? I
every-
love him. The guy. That
Ryan
guy.
Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds
Yeah,
is
yeah.
awesome.
Oh,
he's
he's so
so
funny.
good. Oh, man. So toss up. Toss up here. Because I can't narrow it down to just one. I think Batman trilogies, the newer ones,
So good.
They're good.
Begins, Dark Knight Rises, are on my top.
Tom Hardy.
And I actually I connect Infinity
Tasia's
War
in.
and Endgame in the same movie because it's like a cliffhanger. I know you didn't like it, but I like those movies. Those are my action ones, I guess, just because they're front of my brain. Those are like superhero, I guess.
Yeah.
Days of Thunder, Top Gun are probably in top of my
Top
action
Gun,
movies.
those
David,
Two,
that's
definitely.
another
Days
one
of
that's
Thunder
underrated.
is great.
Cole Trickle.
It's
Great.
so funny.
Love
And
that
then
movie.
on top of my comedies is probably Tommy Boy
Tommy
Okay.
Boy's
slash Black Sheep. I love Black Sheep. It's also
a
underrated.
good
It's
movie.
almost the same movie.
Nope.
And that's all I got. Those are my tops.
I love Tombstone.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
Man, like I said,
it's a good
I've
movie.
yet to see it yet. I gotta watch
I
it.
can't
you haven't
believe
seen
you have not
Tombstone?
watched
That's
that
a
movie.
Everybody
classic.
says that.
That's like every one of our
I know.
Labradors is
I know.
named after a character in one of those movies.
I just haven't had.
I'm a big fan of the X-Men.
I like
movies.
the newer X-Men movies. I didn't like the old ones. I like the X-Men Origins with Wolverine.
That's my favorite
I didn't
one.
like
yes.
Wolverine.
Like everybody hates that movie. I'm like
X-Men Origins with
Yeah.
Wolverine. I thought it was great.
All my friends say they hate it. You're talking about the one where they show him like growing up as a kid, right?
Growing up as a kid, and
Yeah,
how he
I
gets
thought that was sick.
adamantium and all that stuff. I thought it
Yeah.
was great. I love that one.
Okay, good.
I like that one. I
Glad
don't
you
like
agree.
just plain Wolverine where he goes to Japan. Didn't like that.
No, that was kind of
I
boring.
liked First Class. I liked Days of Future Past.
Yeah, Days of Future Past was probably the best one. I think.
Yeah, it was good.
I
got
wasn't big on
nothing.
Apocalypse though.
I wasn't big on
Sounds like-
Apocalypse. I didn't like Apocalypse, and what was the last one?
Well-
Dark Phoenix wasn't terrible. As
Oh.
bad as like they made it sound, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, well, I remember on YouTube I was watching videos and they were all saying that Apocalypse doesn't really like line up with their current timeline.
Oh, okay.
Like it's just kind of random.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Oh yeah.
Those
Yeah,
are
that's a
great.
good movie. Those are good
Back to the
movies.
Future's great. 1 and 3. 2
Yeah.
was a little up here, went weird. 3.
That's the one that just happened, right? That,
I like the Western one.
Yeah, that's
Western
good.
was good.
What was it?
original back.
What was the movie where it's Daniel Craig and it's like a half cowboy, half sci-fi movie?
It's Cowboys versus Aliens.
Aliens.
I've never seen it. We were talking about that.
Pretty good.
I have
We're
like
talking
a long
about it.
list of movies I
That's
need
pretty
to
good,
watch
actually. That's
apparently.
somewhat
Description's like
underrated.
movie title.
Yeah, exactly. Perfection. He's like,
What's that? What's that
Western.
movie with the guys that ride on horses
Yeah.
and wrangle cows, and they come? The other people come on UFOs.
Yeah,
They're extraterrestrials.
that was actually
You got it,
funny.
though.
Yeah. And he's like, oh yeah,
I got you.
yeah. Western and sci-fi.
That was
You never
funny.
seen that one?
I haven't.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
That was good.
Trying to think other good movies.
The way your brain archives movie information is like no other human.
Yeah,
on this
it's kind of a complete waste.
It's insane.
Truly.
It really is like movie quotes, but it is really good for conversations on phones because gifs pop in my head very
Too
quickly.
bad you can't channel it towards
I know,
like,
right?
I know.
Towards actual productive
Oh
stuff.
my gosh.
Step Brothers is right there.
Step
Oh,
Brothers
yeah,
is
that's
up there.
funny.
Step
That's
Brothers
funny.
is up there. The first Anchorman is up there in comedies. Second one was okay, not great.
What's the Christmas one with
Christmas? Oh, Christmas
Vacation.
Vacation and all
Yeah,
the vacation.
Yeah.
no Vaughn and Reese?
Oh, Four Christmases.
Four Christmases.
That one's
That
pretty
makes
good
me
too.
laugh.
That one's pretty good too.
Yeah.
But I'm
like-
thinking National Lampoon's
Yeah,
Christmas
so
Vacation.
good.
Tim McGraw
Classic.
in that one.
Yeah.
His brothers wrestling.
So I don't know if it's his wife in that movie has a show, American Housewife.
Okay.
I don't know if it's on Netflix or anything. It's an ABC show. It's hilarious.
Oh,
It's
my gosh,
almost
it is
like
really
mine and
funny.
Hillary's relationship to a T. It's so good. Just the inner thought, like, because it'll like play her thoughts while she's
Right.
thinking and she's talking. It's so good. American Housewife. If you ever get a chance,
Okay.
you need to watch
All
it.
right.
It's worth it.
Ellie, you don't like movies? You're just quiet
No, I
over there.
love movies. I was just thinking. I mean, like I feel like my original go-to is like kind of like you way back when. I used to love watching Gladiator, like
Yeah.
But Gladiator's
high
a great
school
one.
call.
It's right
like
there
that
for
was,
sure.
but always
Fight Club.
Braveheart,
Fight Club's so
Gladiator,
good.
Fight Club. Yeah.
I mean, chick
Happy
flicks.
Gilmore.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore.
Tommy
That's
Yeah.
Boy. I mean,
Happy Gilmore's one.
Happy
Dumb and
Gilmore and
Dumber.
Billy Madison.
Oh, no, sounds good.
Ooh, I like The Lost
Dumb and
Boys.
Dumber's great. What?
The Lost Boys, the vampire movie from.
The
Vampire.
vampire.
I can't get behind vampires and
Struggle
zombies.
with
I just
that.
can't do
What,
it.
The Lost
Except
Boys?
for Zombieland.
Something's good.
Yeah,
I
it's funny.
waited forever to watch Zombieland and was pleasantly surprised. And then the second one came out and I was on a plane. And I was like,
I love Woody Harrelson. And he's
it's
so
Woody
funny.
Harrelson is
Yeah.
the best. He's so funny.
He's a great actor too. Like not
Yeah.
just funny, but
he
like
was in
serious stuff.
one of the newer Planet of the Apes. Those are actually decent movies too. The newer ones. He's in there.
Okay.
and he's pretty good.
I've never seen
He's-
those.
It's not comedy. Like he's
Right. He's
an
serious.
asshole.
I'm gonna have to listen to this podcast just so I can write down the 30 movies I need to watch that I haven't seen.
The original Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Oh, that's a good one.
Pretty good. It's just been
Good-
overdone.
good
I've
Christmas
watched
What do
it
you
so
mean
many-
overdone?
Oh,
I've wa-
Truman
I've
with
literally-
Jim Carrey.
Truman
Truman
Show.
Show.
So good.
Didn't see
Man.
that one.
Good.
So
You've
good.
never seen Truman
No.
Show?
What?
Dude,
Never.
it'll mess with your brain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make you
Because you're
rethink
like,
life.
am I?
Yeah.
Is this my life or are they
Okay.
film?
It kind of is your life, though.
I know
a little
My
bit.
life, yeah.
I know. I know
Live
the
streams.
premise.
It's amazing though because it came out so like long ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a good movie. You need to watch
Yeah.
Truman
Did
Show.
you ever watch Goofy
Okay.
movie?
You'd like it. 'cause
I haven't watched
Goofy
Goofy
movie is
movie yet.
amazing.
She's
You ever seen
I've
Goofy
never
movie?
seen Goofy.
Heavyweights. We watched
Oh,
Heavyweights recently.
Heavyweights.
So good. You ever seen Heavyweights?
No.
Ben
What?
Stiller. Oh man. All
How
the
about-
Mighty Ducks are great.
Sandlot.
Sandlot. Gosh,
Classic.
yes. That's like opening day.
Classic.
Gotta watch a Sandlot.
Classic. Yeah,
Love that one.
Heavyweights.
Heavyweights
Gotta
is
watch
so
Heavyweights.
funny.
Come on, you don't.
The Goonies.
I
The
have a
girls would watch
severely
the
deviated
Goonies.
septum.
Yeah.
Don't be alarmed. I'm fine.
You sound just like him too.
I'm fine.
Gosh.
Yes, I have them on the body system. Let's have a look. The body system? Yes. Buddy! Buddy! So good.
Hey, what about Pirates of the Caribbean? Any of those?
I like
the first one
a
was
lot.
so
I like
good.
the first one a lot. The other one's kind of downhill for
Yeah.
me. Like
Amen.
they went a little too far into the
Transformers
sea
too.
creatures.
They did.
Actually,
Yeah.
I liked the
Kraken.
the fourth one with just Johnny Depp and
I don't know if I even saw that.
Cruz, Penelope Cruz. It was actually not bad.
Okay.
Hello, Poppy.
Hello, Puppet.
Hello, Poppy.
We know you're in here,
Yeah.
Puppet.
Yeah, the first one of that was real good.
Yeah, that
I
was
just
a
like
good
the
movie.
first one. I
The
think.
first one was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And then, like I
kinda
said, they
lost
went a little
interest.
like. Granted, I'm saying they went overboard because skeletons can't be real either.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they went like too far, Davy Jones' locker,
Yeah.
that was weird. I don't really even remember the
I
other
feel like the
two.
plot got really like
Deep and twisted
Yeah.
and messed up.
I was like, I can't
I
follow.
can get my head around, hey, they stole some stuff they shouldn't have stole, so now they have to live forever and they're weird skeletons. I can get behind that.
yeah,
And when you throw in, like,
yeah.
what happened with Davy I don't know. I don't
Yes.
know.
The two movies I liked, The Postman and Waterworld. Kevin
I've heard
Costner.
both of those, but I've never seen them.
Yeah, those were
Oh,
good.
guys, we
Never
need a
actually
list.
seen Dances with Wolves either.
No,
Oh, I haven't seen
That's
that either. Is it
awesome movie.
Is it?
You've not seen Dances with Wolves?
No.
None of you've seen.
I never even heard of it.
Good? Oh wow.
I'm going.
You won't watch Yellowstone, so
Oh,
Oh
damn.
my gosh.
Dances with Wolves is a good movie. That's got to be in my top 5. I didn't
Jim,
know
you
why I
gotta
didn't
watch
put
the
that there.
Truman Show though.
The
Yeah, you
Truman
gotta
Show.
watch
It'll
the
really-
Truman
All
Show.
right.
Yeah.
I've got Ready Player One queued up.
oh, it's so
yeah.
good. It's great. Just a lot, it's got a lot of these like movie references in them.
Okay.
That's what's cool about it. I think that's why I like it so much.
You've never seen Dances with Wolves? Any of
Oh,
you?
I feel like
That is a great movie.
my
Holy
dad did
smokes.
call me last night though, completely depressed because he finished the last episode of Yellowstone, and he was
Ah.
he's like, I just don't even like. He was
I know.
pouting. He was like, I just don't even have anything else to watch. I'm like, Dad, there are endless things. I made him watch Chernobyl next, but we'll have to come up with some other.
Chernobyl
really
was
good
intense.
shows.
Oh
He
yeah.
likes really gory. Like he
Yeah.
loved
Chernobyl was good, but it's a
Yellowstone.
little
It was
dark.
intense, but
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
because it's based on true story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also really liked Free Willy.
Free Willy's a great one.
yeah.
What about Air Bud?
Airbud's
Air
a
Bud,
good
yeah.
one. The original
Yeah.
Air Bud was
Yeah.
a good one.
Oh, I kind of want to watch Free Willy.
We
now.
were
I
so
feel-
excited when you said that.
Because it made me think of like Free. I remember seeing Free Willy as a kid.
Yeah.
And Air Bud.
That's so good.
Tabitha hasn't seen like any of these classic movies, so we've been trying to
Catch
catch
her
her
up.
up on them. Free Willy was one she really liked it.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing
Free
with
Willy's so
Aladdin.
good.
She'd
I
never
loved
seen
Aladdin.
Aladdin, like the
What?
cartoon. Yeah.
I won't watch the. I'm not
Hercules?
watching the live action.
She'd
one.
never
I
seen
won't do it.
Hercules.
I won't.
Hercules.
That's like my favorite kids
The
movie. Yeah.
cartoon
Yeah.
Hercules,
Yeah.
so
Songs
good.
are so good.
Yeah.
So good.
There's a bunch of good cartoons. The Incredibles.
Oh my gosh.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all those
Yeah.
are great. Up is great.
Oh,
yeah.
Up is
so sad
sad.
to start.
No, it's
though.
not sad.
Moana.
Moana.
Moana's
Beauty and the
good.
Haven't
Beast.
seen Moana.
Yeah.
Violet.
Those are all
Violet only wants to watch Baby Wanna.
good.
I watch Baby Wanna.
What's Baby Wanna?
Baby Wanna. And so I'll turn on Moana, and if it's not, like if we've already watched to a point and turned it off, if it's not at the beginning where Baby Moana is,
Oh.
I won't watch Baby Wanna.
Rowan's about 8 months strong watching The Grinch every day.
Yeah, Lakeland used to watch
Every
The Grinch a lot.
day.
Like the new Grinch though, not the good one.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
the old one's really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the animation one. Yeah, that one's really good too.
No, like Jim Carrey.
Oh, Jim
Grinch,
Carrey. Oh,
yeah.
that one's my favorite.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, that one's.
Have you seen The Lorax?
Yeah.
It's actually pretty
It's a
good.
good movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Shows
I
up.
And
forgot
Horton
about
Hears
the
a
Lorax.
Who. Have you seen that one?
Who?
Horton Hears a Who.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That one's good.
That's with Jim Carrey. I didn't do that on purpose. It was fitting. It was fitting, but I didn't do it on purpose.
You said it with such emotion.
Yeah, those Dr. Seuss ones are good.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, The Lorax I liked.
That was good.
What else?
Trying to think of
Yeah, I like
any
any of the Pixar movies. I'm telling you,
I'm really gonna make a list after
Onward.
this.
Onward is great.
I loved
So
Onward.
good.
It
So
was
good.
like
It's sad. It's super sad, but it's great.
But-
You've seen Onward?
Is that
You
not
don't
animals?
have-
No.
Made me cry.
Yeah, I was like,
It did make you cry.
I'm sure
or
it
would?
will.
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
it will.
All right, we had this discussion this weekend. Michael Dalton, Michael S. Hustle, camera guy for us. He cries a lot.
Okay.
And was saying, him and Hillary was having a discussion, I guess, about crying and how much they cry. And I walked up, and Hillary's like, he doesn't cry. He was like, when was the last time you cried? I said, like full tears, not
Right, yeah.
just like getting choked up. Like when I talk about my kids, I get choked up sometimes, and like I'll stop myself.
Yeah.
Apparently, he like boohoos, and Hillary boohoos. And he's like, when was the last time you cried? I said, like real cried. I could not tell you.
Yeah.
Maybe when Donnie passed away in 2007.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I
have to think
apparently
about
they
it.
made me feel like a monster.
well, you don't have a heart.
I don't have a heart. I know
It's like
that.
it's two
I
sizes
know.
too small.
More than that. Yeah. I don't. It doesn't like. I don't cry for happy
like a
things.
monster.
It blows my mind that I just never gotten emotional cry about happy things, which Hillary got super mad because I didn't cry at her wedding.
It's so funny.
Still
Sounds
gets
like that.
hung over my head. I don't cry. I don't know.
You know what gets
apparently-
me, like, causes me to get emotional and tear up is like
ASPCA commercials with the cats, Jim.
For
I don't even know what that is.
First, what?
It's the ones with
Sarah McLachlan?
Sarah McLachlan, where it
The
shows the
arms of the
cat.
angel.
Yeah, it's so sad.
No, like
I'm like, take my
inspirational
money.
things.
And so fitting for him.
Inspirational things when somebody's like
Yeah.
I don't mean cry, but I mean you just start to get like, yes. Like,
No, I'm talking full on, like, apparently Dalton, I hope he doesn't get mad for me telling this. He said he won't cry in front of people. And so he said he's in a movie theater. He was like on a job or whatever. So he went to the movie by himself. And he said he felt it coming on after the movie ended. And so he ran out to his car and he said he's in this little rental and the car's rocking because he's crying so hard. And he's a big dude. He's tall. And so he's in this little car and the car's rocking. And then he starts laughing because he's crying because the car's rocking. And then he starts crying again. And you got to know Dalton.
This makes me like
awesome.
him even more.
I know.
Oh, he's the
so
best.
funny.
He's so funny.
Oh gosh.
And but they don't understand why I don't cry, and I don't understand why they cry. I don't know.
I don't really know anybody except for Tasia that cries a lot.
I cry all the time. Happy cry, sad cry, mad cry, all of them.
I don't really ever see you cry. I just hear stories about you crying.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta hold it in for the appropriate location. Sometimes I'm like, all right, you can be tough, don't cry, and then I
Haley
start.
cries some too.
I start speaking, and I'm like, you guys have all been there.
Like when Uncle Jim passed, I cried about that.
Yeah,
like that really bothered me.
Yeah.
That was 2 days worth.
I mean, like I said, I remember like when Donnie passed away.
Yeah.
There's been a couple times like talking, like especially, the first years or two talking about it. I'd cry, but then after that, I'm just like, I don't get
That's
it.
it. If
Right.
you don't speak,
I don't get it.
you'd be okay.
Yeah.
You start
No,
talking,
I can hold it in. Yeah.
I feel like sometimes like people give you a hard time, but it's almost like something that you're like, it's not a bad thing.
No.
You're just like, I don't know what to do with that.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with emotions. I don't have them.
I love that meme where it's like when someone's crying and they have a broom and they're like tapping your back. I'm like, that's Rich, just like with a broom, I'm touching them. Feel better.
I've seen that meme.
It's
That
like
was so
it
funny.
makes me think of the Step Brothers when they're trying to hug and they're like,
Yeah.
when he tries to hug, good night, Mr. Doback.
So good.
He's like, shake your hand, hug. I don't know. I don't get it. No, just not me.
That's fine.
Hugs. I'm not really that good with hugs either.
That's how you get people to trust you. We told you that last
I
time.
know.
I don't like little spoon. Hillary will try to like little spoon me. Nope. Can't
That's
do it.
so funny.
One of our good friends in Alabama, Christy and Brett, I was like laying on the ground and she walked up and spooned me and I was like, I can't, like, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like, I can't do it.
That's so funny.
I can't
That's
do
hilarious.
it. And also, interlacing finger handhold with another person that's not my wife freaks me out.
No, you can't do that. I've
Yeah,
never
that
even
makes
done that
sense.
before.
Can't do it.
That's
Can't do
like that's adultery.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm like a dude.
That makes sense.
One of the guys at the fire department used to do it just to like make me uncomfortable. He'd be like, "Give me your hand," and I'm like, "Nope, not doing it."
I'm pretty sure you can get pregnant that
Yeah.
way.
Right? There's penetration
I'm like, who's
happening
doing
there.
that to you?
Is that like a normal,
mess me up.
You don't do that with a dude unless it's your dude. Right? Am I right or
I
wrong?
don't know like many chicks.
So like
That
when I was Catholic growing up, you
Okay.
could hold hands to
Oh, yeah,
say the
church.
Lord's Prayer, and
Yeah.
like I can't.
No.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't feel like
I feel
right
like you
about
don't
that.
hold like this.
you don't do it
right?
like it's just like
I know,
it's
but
like this.
I know, but still,
It's
just
not like I'm not like grabbing.
Just don't do
Jim
fingers.
Laws.
Like no.
I don't interlock fingers. No,
Okay.
don't even don't do it. Not for
You
me.
know who gives the best hugs, and I've learned to accept hugs from him. In Brian.
Ryan gives the best hugs.
No,
Oh, I thought that
I was like, that's kind of lame.
no, I'm never gonna let Ryan hug me ever.
Ever.
David Oakes.
Really? Yeah, Dave does. Dave likes.
He's
hugs.
a hugger.
He's a lover.
But I've learned to just
Dave needs hugs.
yes.
Dave's the best. He's sensitive.
But I'm-
Very
Dave
sensitive.
is sensitive.
I've actually
It's
learned.
bad sensitive sometimes, but most of the time good sensitive.
Dave, I have a good story with Dave. We were in the bar, and this was maybe a few months ago, and the water was overfilled, like flowing out. Remember the hose was like overflowing the bison thing
Oh, yeah,
or whatever? And I was like, oh, it's overflowing. I went and turned it off. And so then like 10 minutes later, Dave comes in. He's like, Rich, the thing's overflowing. And you're like, yeah, Tasia turned it off. And I was like, yeah, I turned it off. Dave goes out there. I had turned it the wrong way. So it was flowing full. He turns it off, doesn't tell a soul. I come back in, I see him. I'm like, Dave, did I just turn it the wrong way? I think I turned it the wrong way. He was like, oh, yeah, I didn't want anyone to make fun of you, so I just kept to myself. I'm like, that is like the nicest
What
thing
a bastard.
I remember
ever
that.
done.
I remember you told me that.
Yeah, because I was like shocked in our culture, right? You're like, oh, you dummy.
Didn't want anybody to make fun. I'm mad.
He's like, I didn't want anyone to make fun of you, so I just
so
turned it
sweet.
off for you.
I'm gonna go. Actually, Dave's gonna get a demerit for that.
Yeah. I've learned to like look forward to his hugs though. I'm
Yeah.
like, hey Dave.
Hey, Dave, hug.
Can I have a hug?
Can I get a hug, Dad? You giving out hugs today?
Now I want to try out this hug.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Chase's sister, her husband, he's got a little boy, and he's hilarious. And he was probably maybe a little older than Trice. And we were on 4th of July one time. The hugs thing made me think of this. And he's like, trying to tell him it was time to go. He goes, hey, you know what time it is, buddy? He goes, is it time for hugs, Dad? It was so good. So that was always the joke. Is it time for hugs, Dad? It's so funny.
So cute.
Oh, that's just like the sweetest thing I've ever heard.
I miss like big time Brittany's hugs when she was little.
Yeah.
Because that was like
the best.
full body.
Yeah.
Trice is
All the love.
Trice is the same.
Yeah.
He loves hugs. Dad, give me a hug. I'm like, all right, come here, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks.
I
Thanks,
asked him
Dad.
for a hug, and he's like, no.
He tells you
Thanks.
Now
thanks.
he's like, nah.
He's dead.
Man, Trice is a lover.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a daddy's boy and he's a lover. He's like, come on, Dad. Can I get a hug? I'm like, yeah, you can get a hug anytime you want, man.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, the other day I saw Marlon was like hugging Trice and holding him. I'm like, Trice, I ask you for a hug all the time. He's like, no.
No.
You're not on the top list.
I'm not on Trice's hug list.
Man.
Violet probably give you a hug.
Oh, Violet.
Violet's a
I'll
lover
be like,
too.
Trice, can I have a hug? And Violet will be like,
I don't give hugs.
Violet gives hugs to anybody, though.
it's true.
I'm just saying.
I don't care. I'll take them.
Violet's
She's
sweet.
really sweet. She's like,
She's gotten into Baby Shark. It's awesome.
Oh, gosh.
The song is so annoying, but listening and seeing how fired up and funny she thinks
Yeah.
it is and laughing the whole
Her
time.
giggle is like,
Oh,
I
it's
put
so
it on repeat for
great.
that.
Every time it starts up, she starts giggling.
Oh.
I like when she says, help me, please.
Help, please.
Help me. Help me.
please. Help
Yeah.
me. I got it. Like today, we were
Yeah.
trying to get out of the truck. I got it. And so I'm trying to get her out of the truck, and Lakeland's wanting out of the truck, and she's the slowest. Like worse than a snail. She's like trying to figure out what she wants to grab onto. She sits down to her butt, and Lakeland's like trying to push her out. So finally, I'm like, come on. And I set her out. She was pissed. So she just sits down and starts crying. And I'm like, all right, we're leaving you. And she just sits there and cries. Like, at first I was like, she'll come.
Right.
Nope. And finally I had to walk back there. It's like, jeez.
Well, she's like third child independent. You know?
yeah.
Like,
I got it.
she's-
I got it. I got
She can
it.
talk.
I got
She
it.
can do it all.
I got it.
She's-
I can do it. I
That's
can
pretty
do it.
impressive, though. I mean, it's high up.
I do it.
Yeah,
I
that
do
thing is
it.
really high.
I do
She
it.
could use a little parachute out of your truck.
I do it.
Just a little tiny one.
Yeah, she's the best.
I do it.
Jeez.
What a sweetheart.
So Silver's still in one piece after the race this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun for a running race. I had a
That
good
was a
time.
blast.
It was a good time.
Did
was
you like
enough
it better
fitness.
than last year?
Way better than last year. Last year there was no, I don't want to say fitness involved. I mean, obviously it was running, but it was way more weighted to the runners, geared to a runner. So like the movements weren't heavy enough to have any type of separation. It was like they compounded the running. So it was all high heart rate stuff, and it was split between 3 people, and one person could just take off and keep running, which was kind of dumb. So you could basically hide somebody. I thought the only thing I would change is to add a 70-pound dumbbell and an option if you want to go heavier on the dumbbell snatch station, that you could do less reps.
Didn't you say that about the rope climb though too? Or no?
Like having a legless option for the rope
Yeah.
climb
Oh, yeah.
would be, well, burps, would be cool too.
Yeah.
That was good.
I thought the sandbag at the end was good because 150 is heavy, but it's
Yeah.
not unbearable. But like
Yeah.
that, some
But at
teams
the
that
end
were,
of the race, it was harder.
we got
too.
lost. Haley twisted her ankle a little bit. She's fine. But yeah,
That sucks you guys got lost because you were moving well through
you
that
can
whole
see the
thing.
spot. Scott sent me the spot. The problem was we had China in the lead. She had the sandbag, and there's just the sign was kind of like the split was here and the sign was here. The sign should have been.
It was right after the snatches, right? When
Yeah.
you first
Drop
turned down.
down,
Yeah. Because we actually said that too when we were running. We almost had like a.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there was a split.
Yeah.
And we went left and we went down, and I was like, this is not right. And then we
When you're
came
climbing
back up,
over.
and we went back up on a trail, and we're like, I was like, this still doesn't feel right. We ran all the way back. I don't know if you guys remember where you ran up kind of like there was a bridge. You ran over a bridge. It was
Yep.
kind of like suspension
Yep.
bridge.
Yep.
We made it back to that bridge, and then had to come back all the way through,
Yeah.
and then get back on the trail.
There's a good
And
3
at that-
minutes that you
At
lost.
that time, like I said, Haley had twisted her ankle enough that I was like, it's time for you to go. So me and China and Chase finished the rest of the thing with the 3 of us.
Okay.
You did all the reps though, didn't you? And you
All the
still,
reps, yeah. And
Okay.
almost caught a couple teams.
Right on.
Solid.
Because the 2 teams passed. We were in the lead by 68 dumbbell snatches,
Mm-hmm.
and then we got lost. It was our fault. Like, I'm not making excuses.
Right,
We got
yeah.
lost. And then they ended up passing us and beating us. And then when we got down to the bottom where the air squats were, we were at they were at the second place team was at 50 air squats. They hadn't even started the dumbbell snatch. The second place, or that ended up second place, but we almost caught them on the dumbbell or on the sandbag cleans,
Right.
Because China just kept chipping away at her 30, and me and Chase every once in a while would knock out a couple, like 2 or 3,
Right.
And then me and Chase finished our 150, and then finished with China, and then we took off. But
How cold do you think the water was realistically?
50 degrees. It was just so cold.
It was so cold.
It was some of the coldest water I've ever been in.
Like,
the air was like 40 something when we started,
Like 44.
It was chilly.
and it was moving water off of a waterfall.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
went
it
to
was
dive. I
cold.
was like, "We're catching them."
That's my
Turn
favorite
my hat
part.
backwards, dive in, and I'm like, I came up and was like, "Ooh!" And like apparently everybody on top of the waterfall started laughing because it was that loud of like, "Oh, okay, this is real." And for a split second, there's a rope there to like if you needed it.
Yeah.
For a split second, I was like, "I'm gonna grab the rope," not grabbing the rope, and so I just started like. I tried to bury my head. I was like, not doing that. And so I
keep
did
your-
survival stroke the whole way. And then I looked back, and China's like, I could see her eyes.
Yeah.
And I was like, just don't let her pass you because she's really good.
She's really
Yeah.
good swimmer.
And I was like, she's going to bury her head and just go. Nope. She went
It was
backstroke,
like,
and
yeah.
I was like, shit, she's going to catch me. And then I looked, and she gave up on
No,
that, too.
yeah,
You
it-
couldn't have your head in the water.
No,
It was-
it was.
No.
Did you put your face in the water? Jake said he did, and then he was like,
No, actually I didn't because I saw Jake do it and I was like, he's making a mistake. He's gonna, and then sure enough he sticks it up. He's like, but then he kept trying to stick his face in the water. But
This will take her breath away.
yeah, oh, it did. But
Little
I think
Rascals. That's
the
another great movie.
Oh, that is a good one. The only water colder than that I've been in, I
It was
think
a
was
pond
yeah.
for the Tosh thing.
Yeah,
you
because
probably
that I actually thought I was gonna die. This one I was like, you've got about 15 more minutes until you're gonna have to like, either be like Wim Hof breathing or freeze to death.
Yeah.
In the pond, I thought I was gonna die
it
before I
was
made
cold.
it across, like legitimately.
How long was the swim?
50-ish
Yeah.
meters.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It looked pretty short.
you weren't in the water very long at all.
No, and it was even with your shoes on, it wasn't like you weren't like panicking. You're like, this is really cold.
You guys were really happy about it after we got out of the water because
Well-
I carried the sandbag around so I didn't swim. But you guys were like all jazzed after you got out. You were just
It
like,
was
that feels
it
really
was
good.
exhilarating actually.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Your legs are blown up from
Yeah.
the squats, and honestly, for a second, I was like, I'm gonna cramp because like my legs. We were trying to go fast squats.
Yeah.
Like we did them all unbroken. Other than I thought it was 75, but it was 100. So we stopped at 75. They're like, you have 25 more. I was like, shh. And so we did another 25, and then jumped in, and I was like, ooh, cramp. Am I gonna
Yeah.
cramp? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna drown here.
Yeah, I think there's like benefits, right, to going to really cold water.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You
Well, that's
know,
what I
so-
was telling them. Like the hormone release actually
Yeah.
in your body when you hit water that cold. I was like, you guys, we could probably lift a house right now. So just in case you need to do anything really important right now,
All right, let's
you've
go.
got about another couple minutes before it's.
Well, Lockhart
know.
got stronger after that, for sure, man. Like he did, and I'm not joking. He
Yeah.
picked it up and started
Yeah,
moving.
he
I
did.
mean,
You waited for him, right?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So Chase just went ahead and kept going.
I
And
wish I
he
would've
got
known.
to walk up those hills.
I wish I would have known that.
that would've
I
And
didn't
I'm
have
like,
to
me
wait.
and China, I'm like, oh, we're gonna catch Chase. We're gonna catch. We never caught him, so we ran the whole both
Yeah,
of
that
those
would've made a
hills.
big
It was
difference.
So I
awesome.
would not have had to wait.
No,
I
you
could have
coulda
moved
just
ahead.
kept going. You could have
Yeah.
went to the sandbag and waited. You just couldn't get any movements done
Right.
You'll
until
know
they
for
got
next
there.
year.
But I gotta like shout out to Jim, by the way, who has had
Jim.
zero time to do any sort of running training because your knees.
Liar.
And
He did two
freaking-
running workouts before.
Okay, he did two
He
running
was well
workouts.
prepared.
Was flying. Like the fire in Jim's eyes was like, I'm taking souls today. And I was like, all right, silver's here.
I did,
Go.
I did let the competitive come out a little bit, but let's be honest. Like you and Jake did carry the sandbag between the two of you the whole time, and I didn't. I carried it
We
once.
weren't running slowly. Jake and I were trying to sprint. We were trying to run like fast.
It was cool. I just got to try to stay with everybody, and that's the most fun I've had in a long time.
Yeah, it was a
I'm
good time.
super
And,
happy.
and moving the
I
150
like trail running
sandbag.
so
I mean,
much more fun.
Yeah.
you like what?
So much trail running.
Oh
is
my
so
gosh,
much
yeah.
better.
That whole running down into the gorge was really cool.
It was cool.
We
Like
give
all the
Brian
big
a hard
rocks.
time, but you got to give him props. That whole thing was
was
awesome.
excellent,
We
yeah.
raised a lot of good money for a good cause, and that's just fun to get out
Yeah.
like that, you
Do
know,
you guys
and
know
do
how
that.
much money you raised for Mayhem Missions? Speaking of,
It was. I mean, if you could just go off of entry fee, I think it was like $20,000 just to
Wow.
start. So
That's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
it was fun. It was a good time.
That was a cool little easy trip too.
Yes.
4 hours, you were there.
2.5 or 2:45, really.
Is that what it was?
Right at 3.
I was having so much
Stop
fun, I
at
don't even know.
I know. I'm like, Jim, 4 hours. What'd you guys do?
I mean, you are old.
Did you get lost?
Well, okay.
having a little slow there.
I'm just full disclosure. I was drunk all the way there. Just kidding. That's a joke.
Yes.
It's a joke. Yeah, it was fun. Like I said, the year before was good, but it was very. This I felt like was a good balance of running and some other fitness, where last year it was all running. You know, like it was all body weight stuff. The kettlebell was, I think, 53 pounds. Had keg tosses over. You know, where we did wall balls, you had a keg toss over, but the keg was like
A keg?
25 pounds.
Like an actual keg?
Yeah, like a really skinny, small keg that you had to like
Jeez.
throw it over. It wasn't terrible. And then burpees was another one, and then box jump overs. So there was no like real separator in anything. It was just a lot. And you had to carry these. The worst part, honestly, last year was you had to carry these sandbag that were in like bags that you would get at the grocery store, those cloth bags.
Oh no!
And sand filled with that, you had to carry it up that Jeep hill that we carried the plate up, which was actually really hard. Carrying that plate up that hill was hard. I couldn't find a place to like
put it
comfortable.
In a good spot.
I finally ended up like getting barely my fingertips on the lip.
Yeah.
It was hard.
That was the hardest part for me too.
Yeah, that hill.
I was super tired at that point.
Legs
and,
are blown up.
How hard were the wall balls at the beginning?
It was hard to just get some depth at first, and then Chase at the end was like launching it like 3 feet over, and then like I had to catch it, and then like step back and push it over. That was the hardest part, honestly. But they weren't hard because you get a lot of rest.
It's only 50 each, right?
Yeah, you just push it over. You wait a second, push it over.
Yeah.
We made good ground there.
Yeah.
It was awkward though because your feet weren't in the right spot.
Yeah,
so
they're just
try to catch it and be
athlete.
smooth a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to Haley chase the ball down the hill a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, it's weird because you like in a wall ball, you're thinking like throw it up, and this is like you actually. Once I started throwing it at an angle to go over, it was fine. But the first couple, Chris and I kept hitting that lip and knocking each other unconscious, and it was like, okay, I'm not gonna get hit in the face with this thing anymore. I'm gonna, learn and throw it over because poor thing, like she's like rolling down the hill.
I did take one of those really awkward. Like it
Yeah.
came down. It was
can
too
punish
far
you.
in.
Forward, and then I just
And I
don't
tried
even
to get under
I
and
just
grab
tried
it
to
and-
like
Yeah.
catch it with my hands, let it fall,
And then-
grab it, and go.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
There was one. Only had one of those. But yeah, there was a couple that chased because there was one side that had a little lip on the backside, and he was throwing it to that side. It was my side, and so it would hit, and it would just come off weird sometimes.
You know how mellow Jake Lockhart is most of the time?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is really, honestly, one of the first times I've seen, like, I mean, I'm not being critical.
No.
He's strong and the guy moves well, but he was competitive.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
during the wall balls,
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking at his face and he's like, come on, you're doing good. Let's go. Like,
Pushing it.
I was
Yeah.
like, okay, this is happening. We're moving today.
All right.
Yeah.
Those ropes were super easy to climb too. They were like thin.
They
I don't know
were
if you guys
thin,
were there,
yeah.
Sticky.
They
but sticky.
They're
They
so
were good.
squeaky.
That's what somebody, Scott,
They were
somebody was
what?
saying.
You
They
didn't
were
even
the
notice?
loudest ropes ever.
Oh, I
Yeah,
never.
it's
I
crazy.
didn't notice the sound. I just like that they were, I did. I mean, props to you, obviously, for programming that. I was talking to Jim because I was like, man, if all obstacle races were actually, not saying they're not a test of fitness, but it's usually like crawl under barbed wire or do this or that. Whereas, like, I felt like this challenged you so much because your heart rate's so high from the running, but you're transitioning into a movement where, like, Jeep Hill or the wall balls or the dumbbell snatches, like, you have to be able to, like, buffer lactic acid. Like, it was just a true fitness
Yeah, I
test.
thought
And
it
I
was
was
fun.
like, gosh, I wish
And
there were
carrying
more
the
that were
sandbag
like,
added a little bit of thing to it too.
up the hill. Anything
Yeah.
with the incline with the sandbag was
that's,
like
that's
terrible.
probably most of the time was I carried the sandbag where only the uphill stuff.
that's the worst.
Chase is faster with the sandbag, so most of the time when we were either running downhill or doing stuff, he had the sandbag because he's so much faster. But anything uphill, I'd try to give him a break. I was like, give it here. And so like there was that one in the gorge. You had like it was all ruts and roots and stuff. I was like, all right, I got it. I didn't run it. I mean, you can't really
Still,
run that hill
if
even
you
without
can
a
move
bag.
that.
Yeah.
because that'll jack your heart rate immediately. Even
The
like,
hill up to those dumbbell snatches was terrible.
oh, that was so bad.
I was hurting.
Yeah.
You're just like waiting for the
I was
sound
way
of
hurting.
the counting. Like that's how you knew you're at the next station. I was like, please say number soon. Please say number soon.
I was breathing so loud I could hardly stand myself. I'm 15 feet behind you guys. Just
That was kind of the best part of the
Story
run.
of my
like,
life, Jim. It's fine.
oh jeez.
You could just gauge where everyone was at, like physically, by the sound of their breathing.
Yeah.
On that part, which I thought was
Or
that was
how
funny.
far or close they were too.
Yeah.
It's cool that a bunch of Mayhem members did it too.
Yeah.
There's like
they
a bunch
did so
of teams.
great.
Kendra had the worst time on the planet. I
Really?
think.
Really?
They
She
got,
didn't like it?
They apparently got lost at some point,
Oh no.
and then she got stung by
Are you
like yellow
serious?
jackets, and then cramped up in the water. All kind of stuff. She
Okay.
did not have fun.
Okay.
I'm proud of them for getting outside the
Yeah.
comfort zone though, because it's not. There was nothing easy about like you. That was a challenging event.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a good challenge.
Oh yeah, I saw Jen and Kendra the day before, and they were so nervous.
Kendra was so.
Yeah.
I mean, Jennifer was so nervous, and Jennifer
She's
likes
so
to
nervous.
run, and she
Yeah.
runs with her weight vest
All
all
the
the time. And I'm like,
time.
what are you complaining about?
All
like,
of
you
those
guys get
ladies
a
are
All those
so
movements
fit.
she
like,
likes
Yeah.
too. Like she
Kendra
loves
and
dumbbell
Jen
stuff.
are
She loves wall balls.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like, what are you complaining
They were
about?
physically very prepared.
How heavy was the sandbag you guys had to carry?
25 pounds.
Oh,
It was just enough to like
Yeah.
make it. I thought it was a good ad though.
I like that it had handle. I liked that sandbag. It made it so you could like.
The
you ever
rogue
get
feed
objects
sack.
where you
Yeah.
can't like.
Grab it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a what? A rogue what?
Rogue feed sack.
feet sack.
Yeah, we have a
Feed.
couple of those in the
Feed.
barn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those. Those
Yeah.
are cool.
We need to actually fill them. I've got a couple extra.
Nice.
What were they filled with? Just regular sand, or does Rogue have
Pretty
like
sure
fancy sand?
I'm sure they have fancy sand, but I think it was just regular like contractor sand. What'd you think, Ben?
It was cool.
It's just hard to like. You can't really gauge where anybody's at time wise, and from a filming or
Yeah.
I guess viewing perspective, it's
It took me like 2.5 hours to get through it filming because I'd
Wow.
film every team that came through. And I started at the finish line, worked my way through, and I got lost 3 times.
nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So maybe more marking is the
Yeah,
moral of the
marking
story next
definitely
year.
needs to be marked.
Well, one time there was like I guess coming from the way you're supposed to, it would have been like coming up a road and then a trail to the right, like pretty early on.
Yeah.
I think after like the initial start, the paved start. Well, when I was coming from the back end of it, I was going through that trail and I came to that road, and then there's a trail directly across from it, and I was like, okay, so like I went down that, and then it splits right there, and I was like, man, I don't know if I'm supposed to go left or straight because I didn't see a sign anywhere.
Yeah.
But there was a sign out on the road, and I was like, okay, well, I'll assume straight. So I went straight for like maybe half a mile. I don't know. I mean, I was walking too. It was like a while.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nah, like this definitely isn't right. So I went back, went down the other trail for probably like 200 meters. And then I saw teams running up the road. I was like, okay, I'm supposed to go up the road. So there was a good.
Yeah, we need to mark. We need to
How
have
long?
marking between what
It's
we
cool,
had
though.
at the classic and what that.
Yeah. The
We
classic
way
every-
overmarked the classic
They
and
knew
way
what they were.
undermarked.
Classic was like you
Yeah.
can see it from the space shuttle.
Yeah.
Where you're
Dude,
supposed to go and couldn't
those
go.
like rocks were really sketchy. You probably didn't see them. Like the ones, the person who didn't swim had to go back around
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
gorge down there. I guess you probably saw those rocks.
Yeah, I climbed over those rocks.
Those things were wild.
I didn't think that was
Because
such
you
a
you
big
couldn't
deal.
run. It was almost like just walking.
Yeah, you didn't really need to run though because you were so far ahead of the people
No,
squatting. and swimming.
the best part for me was like all the rocks because I felt like you could just be athletic and just
yeah.
move. And
I think it adds athleticism.
Don't look down. Just
Nope.
move
Yeah.
forward and get to the next thing as fast as you can. You know,
It sounds silly, but there is like actually a tremendous amount of athleticism moving through rocks.
there is
so
Like-
much
100%.
athleticism.
So I mean, I still remember that like it was like regionals my first year here in 2015, and you took us to that falls.
By the house, below the
I
house.
don't know. We had to jump off the side of like cliff.
Yeah.
Rich is the week before. We just like, yeah, it's gonna be so fun. And we like jumped off this cliff in the water. I was like, okay, this is gonna be an interesting day. And walking through the rocks, and I remember that first time through, I was like, I gotta like be a little more agile here, you know. So same thing, but bigger rocks here.
Yeah, there's definitely. That's what I think I like. Why I like trail running so much better is because it's actually some athleticism instead of just
100%.
pounding pavement. You know.
Yeah.
yeah, for
I
sure.
don't want to be salty, but somebody shut the gate.
Oh yeah, you
I
said
told
that.
you the
Oh,
story.
gosh.
Tell Brian.
Well,
that?
somebody
You need
just
to complain to
With
Brian.
the chain, it was.
Well, look, and I'm going to
chain.
say it like it is. Man, this guy was backwaters redneck.
Yeah.
I don't know who he
Alabama
was,
hot
but
dog
he was
talk.
like, and he was like, my boss says nobody's supposed to be coming up that part of the trail,
Yeah.
and they shut the gate, and there was us and another team standing there, and it looked
go.
like it was locked.
In
And
any
we're all-
circumstance, you would have not like. Why would you try to go through a gate with a lock on it during a race? That doesn't make any sense.
And 8 feet on the other side of the fence was the sign that says Legends of the Falls race this way.
Yeah, it was-
and we're all standing there.
was
We lost a
conflicted.
solid minute there easy, so I was a little salty about that.
Yeah.
And then we realized it wasn't locked, and the chain, he just looped the chain over and put it on the side of the fence, so we unlocked it, and then he was like, I'm going to tell my boss.
Go ahead.
I'm like, go on, that's
As
the
we
right thing
ran
to do.
off.
I'm gonna tell my mom.
Yeah,
Tell my dad. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. It
was awesome.
Legends of Fall next year. We'll be back. Where we at, Ben? Time wise?
53 minutes.
Got any conspiracies anything you want to discuss? What about Trump? You think he really has COVID?
I don't know. Keep going back and forth.
I don't want to make light of the situation.
Yeah, somebody will get mad.
yeah, but not to make light of it, but I seriously, now there's just so much BS that goes on. Now I wonder if it's true or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what do you believe anymore?
I don't know.
I mean, holy smokes. You believe in Jesus?
That was a good answer.
The only reason I would believe that he did
believe in
not
Jesus?
have COVID, so that's
I
what he
love
say
Who
that.
is your master? What am I supposed to say? Jesus? Said Infinity War Endgame. I can't remember.
I
It's
don't know.
Chris Pratt, which
Yeah,
is
he's
good because he's also a Christian. But it's
He had a
funny.
speech not too long before, like he came out and said he had COVID, that there's a lot of rich people who were upset at him. He had a lot of enemies, and he was going to go away for a while. And then he gets COVID.
He's going away. Did you see that he kind of did like a little parade? Did you see that, Ben?
Yeah, and people
These
were
guys
mad
haven't
because he
seen it.
drove by.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's in a car.
Right. Waving.
Wearing a
He's
mask.
wearing a mask.
Yeah.
In a car, and
Waving.
people were mad.
So weird. We're living in some seriously weird times. 2020 was a weird or
2020
is a weird year.
sucks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
It's been weird.
I mean, it's been good. There's so many good things that have happened to all of us, and
Yeah.
there's been some silver linings for, sure, But it's been weird.
As an overview, yeah, 2020 is just weird. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's got COVID. Did you see the press conference the other day?
No.
Oh man, there's like 8 to 10 doctors like out front
Yeah.
of Walter
Oh, wow.
Reed. It was just really weird. Like the questions are like, "Is the president taking oxygen?" He's like, "He's not on oxygen currently." Yeah, but did he take oxygen yesterday?
You're like, why?
What day
Why?
is it? It's Saturday. He didn't take oxygen yesterday. And no, he didn't take oxygen yesterday. What is he on oxygen? Like, they're just like, he is not taking oxygen. What's his what's his O2 saturation level?
You're like,
Good. What does it drop to at any point? I think 96. Well, and you're just like, isn't this a HIPAA violation? One. Yeah. How's his, he's like, the president is super healthy, other than being overweight and has high blood pressure.
He probably definitely has it.
But the questions, they just yelling at him.
Yeah.
You're like,
Do you think Trump exercises at all?
I didn't realize he's 6'3", 244.
That's a big dude.
Wait, you said he
That's a big
does or
dude.
doesn't exercise?
Huge.
I
I
wonder.
know he eats
doesn't
McDonald's a lot, and he drinks Diet Coke a lot.
He doesn't
He
drink
likes Big
alcohol.
Mac.
He doesn't drink alcohol?
0 alcohol.
I didn't know that. What?
Man,
He really likes his Big Mac.
Really like
apparently,
Big
yeah.
Mac, that's what it was. And then he eats ketchup on steak, which you are okay with.
yeah. I had a steak at Char with ketchup Friday night. It was awesome.
Really? Like
can't
a
do it,
medium
man.
rare
12,
steak?
12-ounce ribeye, medium well. I don't like it pink.
Medium
Really?
well.
Yeah,
Wow.
like it kind of
Wow.
grizzly and burnt with
Really,
ketchup.
Okay.
I'm questioning a lot of your life decisions at
This
this
is,
point.
Well,
we're going to have to discuss that. 'cause
Maybe
that's
there's
like
something there.
That's a
We
much
need to figure
longer
that out.
conversation.
I was okay with ketchup, but now medium well. I
I'm
don't
I
know.
not
don't know, I
really
just
okay
love
with
it.
ketchup either.
Just love it.
Well,
I
that
like
means
it.
the steak's not cooked right.
It means the steak's not good.
I
Yeah.
know, but grizzled and
Oh, geez.
I like the edges crispy.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
middle's
But not
got to be
the-
like,
I don't
I
know
want the
why.
fat crispy.
Yeah.
But I don't want,
And then
like,
those
I like
sweet
a good
potato fries.
sear,
Well, that, yeah,
a
that's how
good
you keep the juices
sear
in.
about that long, and then gone.
Okay.
Ooh, how was that butcher box meat?
It was really good, actually.
I was curious.
The sirloins out of there. Yeah, I think it was sirloins. They were good. Really good. Actually, I've had a couple butcher boxes.
I get it every month.
Yeah, the meat's usually really good out of there. They give you like a little variety too.
So like it's super affordable compared to like if you're actually buying like grass fed or hormone free like chicken and beef and stuff like that. The chicken's great.
Yeah,
The
chicken
steaks
thighs were good.
are pretty good. Obviously, like a fresh fillet is going to be a little bit better, but like their sirloin tips are excellent. Their bacon is awesome. There's one thing that I feel like they need to work on: constructive criticism. Because I love Butcher Box and I get it every month, and for no like it's
Okay.
I
Spit
really
it out.
like it. Yeah, their ground beef.
Not good.
And their anything they have ground, because I did their ground beef and their ground bison, it's so dry
had
and
it
not
yet.
the right texture. I have tried.
It's probably
meatballs
super
and
lean though.
burgers.
It's probably super lean
Yeah,
as
but
well.
I've
How much?
cooked with lean
How much do you
beef
spend
before.
on this? What's it cost to get a box of?
$200 a month, right?
I think mine's only like $149, and I get.
But it's full of.
Oh wow.
If you do,
I get
before,
six-
missed it. I think it was October 4th. You get free 2 pounds of free ground beef. Beef.
I think
for
you
the
have till
life of your-
tomorrow because
Oh,
I have one more day.
Okay.
But
But
this'll
I
be-
get
it'll be too
6 pounds of chicken, so I get 6 1-pound things of chicken. I get 2 things of ground beef. I get a thing of filet, a thing of sirloin tips.
And thing is a
A
package.
package. That would be a
A
package.
thing of it.
Thank you, a container. 2 not things, packages of bacon. And then once a month, they'll give you like a free thing. So like last
nice.
month it was pork. The other one, there's going to be something this month. Package.
Free package. Yeah, they send lots of free things over. That's cool. Lots of
Anyway.
good, all good things.
I
All good
will.
things.
It saves me a ton of money on buying like organic.
And you put it in the freezer and then just or
Yeah,
whatever.
and it
Pull
doesn't
it out
make
when
it
you
through a
need it?
month. I
Okay.
could eat. I should probably up my order, but I don't know why I haven't. Actually, I have one more day. Maybe
They
I
do
will.
salmon and stuff too.
They do?
Then like
Oh,
I had some
fish.
like
I need to
salmon
check that out.
patties. They weren't
Oh, their
bad.
shrimp is good
check it
too.
out.
Is it good?
Yeah,
I've had it.
I have to look.
There you go. Butcher box.
Yeah,
have to
so if
look into
anyone
it.
needs some,
They sponsored the race, right?
Yes.
Did they?
sponsored the video.
The video.
Or something.
Very
oh,
cool.
cool. Ooh, your next butcher box will be billed tomorrow. Let's see.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it. Mayhem Athlete. Got all kinds of stuff going on. If you want to join us in workouts, check Mayhem Athlete. Jump on. We got a bunch of gear out, camo gear. I had the camo pants on earlier.
Camo.
I had to
Oh,
go
yeah.
a little,
I like those.
little smaller than usual. wore a size small in the sweatpants.
Oh, wow.
What?
I like my joggers tightish. Like I don't
Yeah.
want joggers to be baggy,
Baggy,
so I went
yeah.
with smalls.
Is that Into the Storm hat out? Do we
Not
have those?
yet.
I was going to
They
say
will
because
be
I
soon.
really
It's a
want
good
one
hat.
of those.
It's a good hat.
I like these patch hats we got on.
Those look great.
The gray one's my favorite, but I don't like this style of the hat. This
That's
is the 112.
112. That's
I don't
a
like the
lower
115.
What,
Yeah.
Where does it say? Because I love this.
That's a 112.
That's
Yeah.
Jim's
112.
new lucky
Says
hat,
right
by
here.
the
It's
way.
my new lucky hat.
The 112 like cups your head, whereas the 115 kind of sits up a little
So
bit.
that's
I
a
like this
trucker.
one.
That's a more 112 is a more trucker, and the 115 is a lower profile.
Yeah.
So that's
This is my new lucky hat because
because you made it through
I
there.
survived the race. So it's my
Oh
new
no,
lucky
you
hat.
crushed the
I like
race.
that.
Let's
I don't know
be
they'll ever
clear.
get rid of it now.
Crushed it.
Crushed it.
Mayhem Mindset. Where we at?
We're killing it.
Open enrollment.
Yep. There's lots of people jumping in, doing well.
Jump on
It's a
in.
good time.
The water's fine.
Unless it's at the Legend of the Falls race.
Truly.
Oh yeah, it was fine. It was just cold.
It was,
All right.
Yeah.
This episode brought to you ad-free by Mayhem Athlete, Mayhem Mindset, and Froning Farms. There you go. All right, peace.